Hello everyone, very good morning and good evening. Parminder here. Welcome to SAP S4HANA Simple Logistics Training, our next episode on Fiori. I hope you all are able to hear me clearly and you can also see my screen. Can anyone please confirm?
Yes, we can hear you and see the screen.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. Okay, so I will quickly go through what we have done in our last session and we will proceed ahead from there. So in our Fiori learnings, so we have gone in quite in depth of Fiori from the role concept to the user interface concept, catalog concept, business group concept. We have seen the product life cycle in Fiori, that how the Fiori requirement will come and how consultant would be handling and what kind of different consultant would be playing a different role. So that part we have seen. In our last session, we have gone through theme designer. So you might have seen, guys, that how easy it is from the theme designer to adapt to the personalized or business required Fiori themes where the branding can be done easily. So we have seen that what kind of changes we can do through the theme designer, all the colors, fonts, logos, putting up pictures, everything can be done very easily from the theme designer that we have seen. We have also seen that what steps need to be taken within the theme designer, what transaction code need to be used, how you need to add an application, how quickly you can add a logo. That things we have done and we have shown in the system. I hope you guys have tried that. Then we have also gone through the Fiori analytics part, that how the different Fiori analytics has been provided through the different applications. And we majorly focus on discussing the query browser part, how the query browser has been provided and what kind of function and features would be there within the query browser. So we also compared what would be the difference between the ECC queries and the query browser. Basically, query browser is more towards the usage of end user, and with all the analytics provided to them, and the play around with the data is very easy and swift with the query browser. We also discussed the technical architecture of the query browser, that how it quickly consumes already available CDS view, which has a analytical annotation, so that can be easily consumed. And you can play around with the data of measures and attributes in the query browser. Now, we have also seen we have went into the query browser. We have tried to understand what is the screen, how we can select the different CDS views, and after selecting a different CDS views, how we can actually uh, uh, do the analysis, and that analysis how we can save it as our own tile. So that part also we have seen. We have also seen that how we can create a custom CDS view and custom query by using existing data sources, by using existing CDS views, how we can create a simplified Fiori applications or a simplified view, CDS view for our users, which can be used, which will be having a limited fields, filters, and some personalization would be there. So that custom CDS uh, um, query browser also we have gone through. Then we have discussed that these are the exercise you need to do, guys. I hope that you have gone through these exercise, you have explored the system enough and tried some hands on the system. Now we'll take a quick break to check if you guys have any questions before we start. You can ask it now. Okay, guys, if you don't have any questions, queries, we'll be quickly proceeding ahead with our next topic. So our today's next topic is, so we will continue few more concepts, the last few concepts which has been remaining related to our CDS views, related to our Fiori, and then we will proceed ahead from there. So one of the concepts which is remaining, which we need to discuss, is user extensibility. What do we mean by user extensibility? Let's discuss. So user extensibility, or when we see the extensibility itself word, that actually means enhancements. So SAP has given some standard things to us, and those standards, if we want to change in given parameters, and in given namespace. For that, we use the word extensibility. So as earlier we were having a customer exits, user exits, the same way now we are having for the Fiori applications, we are having a extensibility features. These extensibility features is basically help you to configure or to enhance Fiori as per the business requirements. Okay, the same way we were able to write the codes in customer exit, user exits, we can also use this enhancement to write your coding part here. But more than code, what SAP has provided in the extensibility is tools. SAP has provided certain tools by which we can do the extensibility with minimum or no code. Without doing any coding, or with the minimum of the coding part, you would be able to do the extensibility. So your multiple things are part of that extensibilities. Your actually your user UI Fiori designer is also part of your extensibility features, where basically you have seen that we have not done any coding, but we are able to create new tiles, right? Your theme builder. With theme builder also, you will be able to change everything. You will be able to change the logos, fonts, that actually at the backend it's a CSS code. We can also go ahead in the advanced mode of the theme builder, where basically we can write our own code and do it. But we have seen that a lot of function and features we can do the enhancements, but just going there and playing in the tool without doing any coding. The same way SAP has given the extensibility for custom field addition, changing or adding custom fields also. Extensibility Fiori application has been given, where basically we can just quickly go and add custom fields. Not we, still need to be used by the uh, technical consultants, because they need to aware about the technical impact of adding a field. Adding a field can have a bigger technical impacts. Although doing a stuff, can anyone do it, because it's just 2-3 easy steps, but the technical consultant need to be aware. So we'll talk about a little bit more. So that kind of custom field addition applications has been given. Then your user interface adoption. So the user interface, which we see it through the Fiori application, we see a user interface. We see a Fiori application in front of us. It has a different fields into it. So we have seen from the theme designer how we can change the theme, how we can change the colors, how we can change the tile color, how we can change the fonts. But actually, if you want to change a field itself, you want to add a new field, which is not given in the Fiori screen, or you want to remove some field, you want to make it simplified for your business, you can do with user interface adoption. So that also, without doing a coding, a tool has been provided where you will be able to drag, drop, add fields by using that. So it would be quite easy compared to doing a coding of your interface. So no web ID required. Just by using that tool, the code would be automatically adopted. Then query builder with CDS view. This we have already seen, query builder with CDS view, where basically we have gone, copied a CDS view, and we have created our own CDS view for the analysis purpose, which will be viewed in the query browser. So that part we have seen. That also comes under the user extensibility. Then another thing is your analytical application generation with KPI builder. KPI builder is another tool which has been given. So KPI builder is another tool which has been given, which will be used to create your own analytical application. It can use the source of CDS views, or you can also use OData services, and then you would be able to create from this CDS and OData. Not we, basically this is the job of Fiori analytical consultant. So within the Fiori also we have multiple consultants. So Fiori Analytics is a special consultant who would be working on these tools, and he would be able to, by using that tool without doing the coding, you would be able to create new tiles. You would be able to select your dimensions, measures, parameters, kind of tiles, look and feel of tile, everything you would be able to do by using these parameters. Okay, so these are basically user extensibility. So we would be, in today's session, we would be going more detail in the next chapters about KPI builder and custom field addition and user interface adoptions. So that are the topics which we are going to discuss it now today. Before I go ahead, just taking a quick pause to check if you guys have any question before we proceed ahead. Okay, guys, if you don't have any question, let's proceed ahead. Now, the first thing which we are going to see, we will be going in the, we will go ahead and we'll see how we can do the user interface adoption. So whenever we need to do the user interface adoption, you have gone, we are talking about specific about Fiori, you have gone into the Fiori, okay, and you have find the application. There would be a two kind of application, and there would be a two different kind of adoptions would be available for them. Okay, there would be a Fiori application, which is a GUI based application, and then second is your Fiori simplified application. Okay, that kind of two different applications can be there, your GUI based application or Fiori simplified based application. If you want to simplify this Fiori application, if you want to add a field, remove a field, or if you want to create group means basically where SAP has given in Fiori a group where multiple fields would be there in that group. You want to change this group, or you want to delete this group, you want to add your own group, you want to combine few fields together and show in a group, that thing you would be able to do it. If you want to also add or change buttons, like create button, delete button. So these kind of buttons you will be seeing. If you want to go ahead and do the changes in these buttons, that also you would be able to do it through the This all things you would be able to do it through the user interface adoption. If it is a GUI based application, the GUI based application cannot be changed with the user interface adoption. The GUI based application, if you want to simplify it for your end users, you can do it by using screen personas. Okay, there are standard template available in screen personas which can be used, and you would be able to do your developments. You would be able to use those templates, and you would be able to change your GUI based application like VA01 is a GUI based application. Okay, so that kind of applications you would be able, if you want to change, you want to remove a lot of tabs, additional fields which your business never use it. But SAP provide a standard VA01 transaction which is across the industries. But if you will see in the VA01 transaction, hardly 20% of the fields is relevant for your user or is relevant for your business. There are a lot of additional fields which your business never use. So that you can easily remove them by using screen persona. So there is a two kind of user interface adoptions are available. So first we are going through the Fiori simplification adoptions, and then we would be going, and I will also show you a glimpse that how the screen personas flavors are available, standard templates are available, which can be used by a persona consultant to get change your GUI screens by using screen personas. Okay, guys. So if you have any question, you can ask it now before I jump to our system. Any questions, query till now? If you have, you can ask it. I hope you guys have access to system, this remote desktop, and you are doing a practicing. If you're just going through the session and you're not doing hands-on, whatever the things we are talking about after certain point of time, you guys will forget. So it's very necessary that you do the hands-on, you take a system access, practice on the system so that you would be able to remember what you have done. And you will not get enough confidence until unless you do your hands-on. Looks like I forgot my password.
And I had requested access, Parminder, so I'm not sure. Do I receive an email that I have got it?
So have you sent an email or have you dropped
Yeah, I did.
Okay, maybe Arsh can update it. Arsh, are you there?
Sure.
Yes, his user ID is under creation. We will deliver it by today in few
Okay,
hours.
thank you. Sure, thanks.
Okay.
Just give me a quick minute. I'm not sure what happened to my password. If I put one time more, it will lock it. So okay, we are now able to log in. Let me also log into our 1909. Okay, so we will be going here with the application called customer creation. Okay, so to show you that how this user interface works, so I'm going ahead with the application called customer creation, create, delete. So let me search all of the applications which is available as a customer. So this is a customer master create, change, display. I'm opening it in let me also open one more screen. So we are trying to change the application customer create change, this one. And I will also try to see one more application just to show you the difference between when we call a GUI application or when we call a Fiori application, what are the difference between them. So I will try to search application which is business partner. Maintain business partner. So this application, let me try to open it. So you see here SAP GUI for HTML. Okay, so this would be opening in kind of a GUI screen. This is basically your BP transaction. So this is the application which we call it as a GUI application. It's taking some time to load it. Okay, and this is the application which is basically has been simplified and created for Fiori. So you will see some of the filters on the top, and then all the actions would be there at the down. So basically your reporting, creation, everything would be merged together in a Fiori simplified application. However, this would be kind of your BP transaction. So when you open the BP transaction, you see this kind of screen. So you can see the screen is quite cluttery and it doesn't look that simplified as it should be. It's just a BP transaction. So this is your GUI screen, okay, which we call it as a GUI application. So you can also use this to create a business partner, or you can use this customer master to create a business partner. We can do both. So here, if you want to create it, just we'll be clicking on create, and then let's say person or organization. So in a simplified way, a pop-up will come where we can quickly put all of the details to create a customer as a business partner, and we would be able to proceed ahead. Please make a note, we are not discussing anything about customer and business partner. We are still not on that topic. Our topic is to understand how the extensibility work, how we would be able to change the screen. So I'm just taking an example of customer master to check that how we would be able to simplify it to for the user. So that is our target. So by the time it's opening, I will also go into this. And now you will see an icon here, Adapt UI, Adopt User Interface. So this is a function we will be talking about that we need to adopt to the user interface. And with this icon, with this settings, if you will go, So this icon, you will be seeing it once you are inside any application, so that you can change those application, adapt UI. So earlier it was not there. When you are inside application, you can also see one more icon, which is application settings. So this is the generic settings which we have gone through. Some application has its own application settings that can be also be displayed as a separate setting icon here, that is app settings. Then adopt user interface. Now this icon you would only be able to see it if you are having a specific role. So what kind of role you need to have it? So let's go in SU01. I'm going in my ID. So here the role which I want to highlight to you is this SAP UI Flex Key User. Okay, UI 5 flexibility service for key user. I will also copy this role and I will add it in our deck so that you would be having it for your reference. Fiori role to adopt user interface. So this is the role, SAP UI Flex Key User. Now some people get confused with this Flex Key User, that this has been made for the key users. Your core users would be able to use it. Although SAP has a vision that these kind of functionality and feature, we will see it now, can be done by the business core user in future. But in the current projects, we are not giving it to the core user because it has a larger impact. So there would be a specific technical guy who should be doing it, whether from the business side or the consulting side. Most of the time in the project implementation, the access is only with the Fiori consultants, which do the changes as per the request, because these changes are not user personalized changes. These changes, if you will do, it will impact your full system. It will impact all of the users. That's why it's kind of a critical accesses are there. So this, once this is available, once this role has been added, then only you would be able to see the icon here on the top, which is Adapt UI. Until unless you will not see that icon. So once that icon is there, you would be able to click on this icon. So let me click on this icon. Let's see what happens. Adapt UI. And you will see on that, on the top, you can see here, there is a UI adoption and the navigation. Right now we are on the UI adoption. So you will click anywhere, you will see a hover box. So here we are having a hover box, which is showing me that I can actually remove this full box if required. Okay, I can remove this full box. Or if I want to do the navigation ahead, then we need to click on navigation. So if I come here and click it here on create, it is showing that I can change that button name. I don't want to mention it as a create. I want to mention it as a build. Please, this exercise, don't do it. Just do it, but don't do it as a save as, or don't do save for it. Okay, it will change for everyone. So create a customer, you don't want to give a name create, you want to give a name as a build. So you have given that. And then you can also add a buttons here. So delete, import, merge, standard buttons are available, but everything is not here. So you would be able to add it here with this adoption. Then let's say I go back to navigation. I want to proceed ahead. I clicked on this build, which I have changed. I want to go to organization. And here the pop-up will come, which would be displaying us the key fields which we need to enter it to create our customer. So I have just refreshed, that part has gone. Let me try to check if person is working. Otherwise, we'll go to some another transaction to do these changes. So let me try to go to manage purchase. So this is manage purchase orders. Let's try to go into this application and do the screen adoptions. Okay, so this is the field. Let me put purchase. Let me put a company code here. Let's see, 820. Okay, let me try here. Okay, I hope that now the data should load. Here again, I'm going into the Adopt UI. Before adopting UI, let me do one thing. I will go inside the create and we'll see that how the screen for the purchase order create looks like and how we can change it. Okay, finally this screen is appearing. The customer person is appearing. So let's do the adoption by using this one. Okay. It looks like system has restarted. So whenever it is restarted, first time loading, it takes time. So I'm going into the UI adoption. Within the UI adoption, you can see it here that I have option that I can create a complete new group here. Okay, and I can also go inside this and I can change the things. I can change the name of this. This is not organization data. This is my name, company's name data. This is Sastrageek data. So I can also give that name to it. Okay, so here you can go and you can also click on this plus icon and then it will see whether you can want to create a new group. If you want to create a new group, you can create. You can also add field. So there are also another fields are there, city, country, created by. So if I also want to add within this group, I want to add these fields to be available for input, I would be able to add it. So now I have added this field. So you would be seeing the same kind of things once we publish it. Once it is published, it would be, you would be able to see the same kind of fields and drop down available for these fields. So that you would be able to change it. So even though you would be able to go inside and then you would be able to do the further changes if required. Okay, so I am going back to navigation. Just click OK. So now it is going inside the business partner creation. Now it comes to this general information field. So again, I will go back to my UI adoption. So once it is underlined, it means you are in the UI adoption. Okay, so this search term, you never use it. If you want to remove it, you would be able to just remove these fields which you don't require. So this is simplified Fiori applications, and then you can do more simplification as per your customer requirement. The fields which you don't require, you can quickly remove them. The fields which are extra, which is not available, or if there is any Z field which has been created by you, those Z fields also can be inserted here by using this custom user interface adoption. So whatever things we are doing here at the back end, whatever the things we are doing here, actually at the back end, it's changing your code. Okay, so that's the automation tool is there, that you are just playing from the front end, and the back end, the code has been automatically adopted based on the actions you have taken. Okay, but I have told you how to do it, but guys, don't do it in the systems. Okay, because once you will do it, it will impact everyone. If you have done a change, the other user who doesn't know that these kind of options are there, they would be wondering what happens, and it doesn't look as a standard screen for them. So this is just to, you should be knowing as a functional consultant, these kind of functionalities are available, and this is very quick to do it. These changes are very quick to do it. You can do it easily. You can request your ABAPer, and this is just a 5 minutes or 10 minutes change for your projects. But in our system, please don't do it. Only for knowledge purpose, if you want to explore it, and then after exploration, click on to reset. So do you want to discard all of the UI changes? Yes, I want to discard, and then click on the reset one. Okay, so that it will be resetted to the existing application. So now I have shown you that how you would be able to do the screen adoption. If you have any question, you can ask. Next thing I'm going to show you, it is very easy to also to add Z feeds. How a Z feed, I will show you.
And you told that you have to publish it. Can you just share something how to publish it?
So you need to just click it here on the publish, and then it would be asking you the transport. You need to add your workbench request, and then you would be able to publish it. Once you publish it, it will change for all of the users. Don't do it in our system. If people find that you have done it, okay, your ID can be blocked. Okay, our base system will block your ID, because this system is used by the multiple people, multiple trainers are using, multiple trainees are using. So if you just remove some part out of it, or just change create to build, people get confused. So I have shown you how to do it. You can just do it to hands-on, but once you do the changes, just click on the reset. Don't do any save as, don't do any publish. Okay, so if you have any other question, you can ask it on the UI adoption.
For mass changes and all, do you have some link to this UI adoption, or it's just like a LSMW or?
No, that topic is totally different. So we are talking here about the user interface changes, and what you are talking is the data changes. Mass data upload is the data changes. We are dealing with the data. Here we are not dealing with any data. We are just dealing with the interface. We are doing the changes in interface. So the HANA Migration Cockpit is a tool which is available for mass data upload, but that is totally separate topic.
Okay.
Any other question, guys, on the UI adoption? Okay, if you don't have any question, I will quickly show you before we go into the custom fields. I will quickly give you a glimpse that how the screen personas can be used. Okay, We'll just give you a glimpse. Again, it's a job of your persona consultant to do it, but you should be knowing the functionality and feature so that the business requirements comes up. You would be able to address whether it's possible or not and what kind of effort would be required at higher level. So this is a screen adoption for the Fiori applications. This is a Fiori simplified application. Now, if you want to do adoption for application which is not Fiori based, let's say this business partner one, or business partner many of the people would not be aware of. So let me open here, create sales order. So for, let's say for the create sales order, even the simplified Fiori application so far is not available. So this is create sales order VA01. Again, when you will open, it would be opening it. It would be opening as a VA01 transaction. Now this one, if you want to simplify it, if you put a OR here, okay, it would be exactly similar. I need to check, maybe because of our theme, this little bit distortion happened. So we need to check that issue. I will change, but you will see so many fields are there. So many icons are there. This is exactly the same way. Actually, you open your transaction VA01. If you want to get it simplified, this one, okay, so we have so many icons are there. So many fields are there. In the right side, you will see user, you will see hardly fill only 4 or 5 fields. But SAP has given around 70, 80, around 20 fields here. Then each tab under the item overview, you would be having so many fields. If this need to be simplified, okay, if this need to be simplified, how it can be simplified? We can simplify it by using screen personas. Okay, we can use screen personas to get it simplified. Now for screen personas, SAP has also given a standard template, which is called persona flavors. So with that persona flavors, you actually would be able to go ahead and you would be able to check that how standard screen persona flavors can be used to change your screens. So let's check it here. So this is the gallery, persona gallery. So you can see in this gallery that what kind of templates are available. Okay, this templates from here, it need to be downloaded by your basis team, get it implemented in your system. Okay, it is not out of the, it is not straight away which is available. Straight away only VA01 transaction is available. But if you want to change the VA01 transaction, so here you can see that display contact partner, display premise. So multiple templates are available. So we are interested in VA01, create sales order, right? So I will type it here, VA01. So there are 2 templates available for create sales order. The other 2 flavors are available for VA01. This is SAP saying this is the best practice one with S4 HANA. So let's check this one. So this would be having your Fiori look. Okay, adopted to the Fiori themes would be there. And you can click on the screenshots to check how your screens will look like if you adopt to this. So if you adopt to this, you would be having other fields has been removed. User need to just enter order type and user need to be proceed ahead. And here also, this is a screenshot for item. Item is quite simplified. Straight away, you would be having a sales document here, material here. Okay, and delivery dates would be here, quantity. Rather than different tabs, you can see here, it would be kind of scroll down option would be there for different options. Okay, this is your overview screen would be there on the top, then sales, then the item details. In item details also, you would be having only specific fields which generally used by business. So what happened, what is my experience is that even though we use the screen personas, standard template generally doesn't fulfill all of the business requirement. Standard template would be used by your persona consultant as a reference, and then persona consultant would be doing the changes as per the business requirement. As a functional consultant, you need to tell that how the screen look like, okay, which fields should be there in the screens, which non-mandatory fields we can remove it out, okay, and then based on that, you would be able to provide a simplified sales order creation screen by using persona. If you say that this template exactly fulfill my requirement, I want to go ahead with this, you can straight away download it. It will take you to the marketplace with your specific basis as user IDs. They would be able to download these templates, implement in your system, and then your screen persona consultant would be able to activate them. Okay, so let's also check another template which is available. So this is another template which is available, which is SAP is saying that it is not as a best practice template. But let's check the screenshot that how the screens will look like. So header information, sales information is showing here in the two different segments here. So organization data would look like in this way. So in this way, by using screen personas, you would be able to simplify your GUI based screens. By using user UI adoption, you would be able to simplify your Fiori screens. UI adoption, anyhow that SAP has made it as an inbuilt tool, which by giving a specific user role given, the things would be able to change quickly. This would require another set of basis implementation where templates need to be downloaded and then created in the system, and then your technical persona consultant would need to modify it and required to get it activated. So that rather than showing you standard VA01, whenever you will be calling a VA01, your screen persona adopted screen would be shown to business. Okay, taking a quick pause here to check if you have any question.
This is also to publish and all, right? Okay, same transport.
No, it's not transportable. You need to download it. Then your screen persona, your basis team need to get it implemented in your system. And then once it is implemented, then it would be able to transport from development to quality and quality to production. But it is not that easy and simple as we have seen in the user interface. User interface, you can also see, okay, it's just a tool. Even I can do it as a functional consultant. Okay, but this is required involvement of your basis consultant and a consultant who would be knowing about the screen personas.
So once you change that, if you go to GUI VA01, this then will impact it, right?
VA01 will change. You will not see the standard VA01. Okay, any other question, guys? Okay, if you don't have any question here, let's proceed ahead. Now we are going and we will be checking it that how you would be able, how easy it is to add a custom fields in basically your how easy it is to add your custom fields. It would be again that custom field adding also need to be done by your specific technical consultants, not by the functional consultant or not by the key user, although the steps are very easy and simple. But your technical consultant need to be aware about the implications of it. Doing it is very easy. The problem comes to understand the implication that when you are adding a Z field, what another changes you need to do. You have written a 10 another custom codes, whether that need to be changed or not. Or if you're trying to publish it and the ABAP dumps come, then you need to quickly check and resolve those ABAP dumps. Otherwise, your full system will go down. Okay. Although SAP is saying it as a key user adoption, but it need to be still be done by your technical consultant. So let's go next and see that how we would be able to do the adoptions like your custom coded options. I will go back to our system. And here we will go back to our Fiori. And within Fiori, we need to go to application which has been provided, which is custom fields addition. Okay, so let me go into the Fiori. Okay. So here I will be searching for application. Custom. Custom fields and logics. Okay, this is the application. Your user would be, your technical consultants can use it to add a custom field. So earlier you need to go and do the adoptions, add the custom codes, and then after doing adoptions, you need to make sure that it is available in all of your standard CDS views, and then it is available in the OData services. So much work was there. Now adding a custom field would be as quick as a 5-minute job. By using this tool, you would be able to add your custom fields as quick as 5 minutes. Okay, but you need to go and there would be a workbench request which need to be added into this user ID. Okay, and the customization request also need to be added into this user ID. Okay, so from the backend, you need to add a workbench request. So whatever the changes you would be doing here would be stored under that workbench request. So here, basically you will see here that custom fields which is available, which has been already created. Some is saying as a not published, so it is just entered, but it has not published. So let me ask you first question. If you are not able to see this application, what you need to do it? In your launchpad, you don't see this application. So when you would be working in our server, and if you are checking custom field and logic, you might not be able to see it. So what is the thing you need to do it?
Assign the role.
Assign the role. From where you will find the role?
Fiori library.
Fiori library. Yes. So the answer to all of the questions or most of the question is Fiori library. If you don't see the application, first thing you need to go to Fiori library, check the role, get the role assigned. Most of the cases it would be working. If it doesn't work, you need to follow the further steps. You need to check the OData service. You need to clear your cache. You need to check your Fiori application services. So those things you need to do it. So once you will go into your Fiori library, you would be able to check that what are the role required to use this application. And then you need to also know that extensibility, same as a user exit or customer exit, this change you want to do it comes under which extensibility package. So to check that again, where you need to go to your Fiori library. So in Fiori library, again, I will going to the same example which we have seen. We would be checking it, our customer master application, that in the customer master, let's say if your business has a specific requirement of a specific field which need to be added. It is just kind of a text field can be, that field need to be added. How that field you can add it with the extensibility feature. The better thing with the extensibility is that if you do it with the extensibility, system will adopt all of the standard things, standard CDS views, your Fiori related things, your OData services, which is used wherever that object has been used. It will add that field in all of the objects. So it will reduce a lot of work. And whenever the new upgrade has been come up, you have done the changes from the extensibility. With the new upgrade, your custom code is safe. It will not get changed. So here I will go ahead as a, I will check customer create application. Customer manage. So this is application manage customer master data. So I would be clicking on this, and then here I need to go ahead into the implementation information. Rest all things we already know it, so I would not be explaining it again. The key thing which I'm going to explain here is the extensibility part. So here I will click on the extensibility. This is the technical name where all of your code would be under this subject, MD customers once. To know more about the extensibility features, you need to click it here, extensibility documentation. And here you would see that there is actually 4 views available: customer core view, customer company code core view, customer sales order view, business partner core view. So this you need to tell that where actually the changes need to happen. So you would be able to understand more this once we cover our business partner topic, that we are now will be saving a data into the business partner generic data, which is not specific to customer or vendor, but it's a business partner generic data. So if you want to do the changes in that data set, you need to use this BP custom end one, or you need to use this business context business partner core view. If you want to see your data related to your sales organization, under that you want to add a field, you need to use this object. Okay. So there are the different business contexts are available, which you would be knowing it. So whenever you are writing a functional specification for your, when you are writing a functional specification for your Fiori, you need to understand, I will also cover that topic, that what are the things you need to add. But this is the one thing you need to identify, and you can mention it, that what is the UI element which need to be changed and what is the business context for this. So if you will give this information, the delivery would be more accurate by your developers. Okay, they would be exactly changing the things which need to be changed. At the back end, what are the CDS views, or what are the objects which is there, which is linked, you would be able to check from here, the technical name of the objects. Okay, so let's say the standard data, the generic data is stored in the table BUT000. So you want to add a field which is relevant for your all of the business partners. Okay. It is not relevant for customer vendor, but it is specific to the business partner. So that thing you want to add it. So that thing can be added under the business partner core view business context. So how it can be done? Let's go back to our this one, and here now you want to create it. So you need to click it here on the plus icon, and after clicking on the plus icon, you need to tell that which fields actually you want to get it created. All the fields would be starting with ZZ1, and this will take huge, when you will try to publish it at the backend system, do huge amount of changes, okay, which can also slow down your system, especially that this kind of system which we are using it, which is having a very low memory. Okay, and it can also block your applications because it's doing all of the code changes. So when you are doing this publishing, it is expected that some of the application will cause dumps, which also happen whenever a ABAPer do some of the application or object he is changing it, and if you are trying to use in the development system, you get a dump. The same way when system is trying to publish it, if the specific object you will trying to use it in the same development box, it would be dumping it till the time it get published. Okay. So I'm clicking on create. First thing I need to select the business contacts. And guys, from where I'm taking a business contacts? Business contacts, I'm going to take it from my Fiori library. From Fiori library, I already know that it's a business partner core view where I will need to change it. So I have selected my business partner core view. Then I need to add a label that what kind of field it is. Okay. So let's say I want to add kind of a classification for business partner. Okay, so that is your identification. Your field would be ZZ1 underscore classification. Then what kind of field it is? Okay, let's say I'm mentioning a text field. What is a character? The length is 20 character. You can go ahead and create and edit. Let me go one step back. It has been created, but it is showing that message. So we have added this one. So you can also click on this one. It is not published, and you can click on publish. Now, if I click on publish, it will take a lot of time. Okay, it can take almost 5 to 7 minutes on this system, because it is going to change a lot of changes. Your standard CDS views, all the data model related change. Your tables would be appended with this field. So everything would be happening here once we go ahead and we do the publish. So your field would be available in your BUT 000. In BUT 000, your field would be available. And that table, the field would be available. Let me try to click on the publish. So it is saying publishing. So it will take some time to get it published. So we'll refresh and check it that once it gets published. And then once it gets published, you would be able to see that field. Let me go into SC11. The table name here is BUT 000. The standard data is saved in the BUT 000 data model. So we'll be talking about in detail in our business partner topic, and what are the different tables would be used when you save the business partner. What are the data model is there for the business partner? We'll be discussing it. Now here, if I do and search field ZZ1, so this is showing that ZZ1 underscore ZZ1, which has been added here. This is which you have seen one of the field is already published. ZZ1 field has been published, right? So that has been appended into the data structure. So once your publishing will complete for your new field of the classification which you have done, that field also would be available here. Okay, it's taking some time, so let's wait for it. Okay, and by the time we are waiting, if you're having any questions, you can ask it now. If you're having any other question, you can ask it now related to this extensibility. As I said, it will take a little longer. It will take around 5 minutes of time to get it published. Okay, guys, if you don't have any question, I will come back to here and we'll see a little later that once system has done the publishing part, it need to change all the OData services, CDS views, and then your data model need to be appended. So let it do it, but once it do it, we will be able to check it that how it is available in the BUT 000 table. Any questions, guys, before we proceed ahead? I hope you are getting the concept. The adding a fields, changing interfaces, and we have seen changing a theme, creating a CDS view, generating a reporting out of the with the help of Fiori is so easy. It's very easy compared to your GUI earlier when we are working with GUI. So if you guys doesn't have any question, we will be proceeding ahead and then I will be showing you the KPI builder. What is the KPI and how the KPI builder can be used? That we'll be seeing it. Let me check once again if the system has already done the publishing part. See, this has been added. So your Z classification, your ZZ1 classification has been added. The field length 20 character. The data element field has been added. Character field you have added with the 20 character. So you can see it here. So you can see that now it is so easy to get it added, but still need to be done by the your technical consultant so that they can understand that what is the, if there is any another functional modules or the custom objects or the IDOCs or any another thing which need to be impacted and that also need to be changed. So that to do that analysis, it is still need to be done by the technical consultants. And the basic purpose to show you that you should be able to understand what kind of changes can be done, what kind of things can be changed, and what kind of effort is involved. So to add a field, add a Z field, which is just a text field, need to be inputted by user, adding into your data model, and then adding into your Fiori screens is just a matter of effort. If the requirement is straightforward, within 30 minutes to hour, within 1 hour, it can be delivered in your development box. It's as quick as that. And there's no code required. It's a zero code. With the zero code, you would be able to change your applications, Z field additions, adoption to your OData services, adoption to your CDS views would be automatically adopted by using this extensibility features. Okay, guys, if you don't have question, let's proceed ahead.
Will this field get appended into business partner
Yes,
and QA also?
BUT 000.
Okay.
In the data model BUT 000, it has been added. This is the table for business partner general data one.
Yeah. So if there are existing business partners, like how will this change affect?
This change will not affect until unless you create this field as a mandatory. If you go ahead and then put this field as a mandatory, which you can do through the field controls, then existing business partner, when you would be opening it in a change mode, okay, then that field system would be saying that this field need to be filled because it's a mandatory field. Otherwise, it will be shown as a blank only.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's march ahead on the next topic, which is your KPI builder.
So Parminder, one more question. So now because it is become development becomes simplified or less effort intensive. So it is advisable to start the development from this way instead of changing from the earlier GUI based development.
Yes, it's recommended that you do it from this extensibility. So this is having an advantage that many standard things would be automatically adopted if you do the changes, if you add the fields by using this adoption. So it's recommended to use that one. So I'm adding quick steps which we have done for basically first we have done the UI adoption, right? So we need to add this roles. Once we have added this roles, go to any application which require modification. Then the next step which we need to do it is we need to click on me area, click on UI adopt button, switch between UI adoption and navigation tab. Then you can do add, remove, fields, groups, or buttons. Second thing we have discussed is application for the custom code, custom field addition. What are the steps we have seen? The first thing we need to do is, the first step we need to do is go to Fiori library and search app which need to be changed. Check extensibility and business context. Then you need to go to application, custom field and logic. Add custom field. Under above business context and publish. Okay, so once you will do that, your custom field would be added. And for to do this, technically what need to happen, your workbench request should be assigned to user ID. That will be done by the basis team. That is the two things we have done here. One is to adopt it, the UI, and second thing we have done it to check the add the custom fields. The third thing which we have also seen, let me also add it here, is change GUI based application interface So that would be done by what we have discussed. That would be done by your screen personas. So I will add a link here for the screen personas which we have discussed. This is the screen persona gallery. So I'm giving that link here. Okay, guys. So these are the steps which you can follow it. If you want to do it, this is the link has been given for screen personas, or you can also simply search flavor screen personas or gallery screen personas. You can Google it, and the first link you will find is this one only. Okay, so the next topic is.
One more question before going.
Yeah, please.
And suppose you add some code on the red field. So we have to do two places, right? Once after adding the code field being added by the persona extension, and code has to be added through GUI normal conventional way, or we can add a code from there.
So when you are using screen persona basically there is no coding. Your backend logic screen persona, you need to understand, is only front end. Rather than saying front end, you will get confused with our Fiori backend and front end concept. It is basically your user interface changes. So it doesn't impact your backend code. So this changes doesn't impact your backend. Business logic is not impacted. But if you want to add a field, and that field you are using your screen personas, first by using ABAP, you need to add the field. And if there is any another logic, business logic, calculation logic, anything is there, you need to do it here. Then in screen personas, you would be use that field to show it.
Similarly for user extensibility also, right?
Yeah, from user extensibility also you can add the field, and then if it is a standard transaction like a VA01 kind of there, then you need to go into the screen persona to get it added into that. It's always two steps. See, whether you use ABAP, whether you use screen persona, whether you use user extensibility, it was always a two-step. In ABAP also, first you add field, and then you would be adding it with the program. You would be adding which T code it need to be displayed. Okay, you would be adding it to the object, and then either through the field status control, or if it is a custom transaction code you are having, you need to get this field added into the transaction code. So this is the UI part from the ABAP. Screen persona also, the field first need to be available. The field would be available through ABAP, or you can get it available through the user extensibility. User extensibility also, it's a two-step. The first step which we have done is adding a field. In second step, you would be doing your addition in screen that we have seen. So it's always two steps. I hope your query has been clarified.
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Okay, now go and let's discuss the next topic. The next topic is KPI builder. Before I start this topic, anyone knows what is KPI? You all from the functional background, so you must be answering this question. What is
Key
KPI?
performance,
Key
key
performance
performance
indicators.
indicator.
Very good. That is a full form, but what exactly KPI is?
Like,
Basically, metrics. Sorry.
Matrix, okay.
yeah. So if business identifies it as a key benefits which is driving through system, so they identify it through the matrix in across functionalities. Yeah.
Yes, yes, correct. Correct statement. So if I will define a KPI or key performance indicator, those are the indicators which define business progress or your business success is depending on those indicators. Each business can have a different kind of KPIs. So it's just a measures, and on this measures or on this indicators, your business progress or business success has been depended. So that those measures, they call it as there can be 100 of these kind of measures, but business select some specific things and they call it them as a KPI because they are the key performance index. The business success, business performance is measured through those indexes. Those are your KPIs, key performance indexes. Okay, so there can be an example of a KPI can be your profit margin can be a KPI. Your sales order issues, what kind of different issues are there that can actually impact your fulfillment. So your sales order issues can be there as a KPI. Your sales volume can be there as a KPI. Your open purchase orders, not the open, more than open, your backlog purchase orders or sales order can be a KPI. If you're having a lot of backlog purchase orders, it can further impact your fulfillments. You will not be able to receive the material, you will not be able to produce it, and then further you will not be able to sell it. So indirectly it is impacting your revenue, indirectly it is impacting your company performance. So that can be one KPI. Your backlog production orders can also be a KPI. Okay, the production orders which you are supposed to complete it in the previous week, but still not been completed, that can be KPI. So that kind of multiple different kind of KPIs are there. And whenever the discussion comes for this KPI, it's always business specific. Business want to see their KPI in their own way, and business want to see that how this KPIs can be generated. Or they would be having their own parameters for this KPIs. So what SAP has given, this is the name is as a KPI, but what KPI builder tool it is, this tool basically nothing but creating a, so let me define in the next slide. So what is KPI? So you understand what is KPI. Now I will explain what is this KPI builder tool. This is another extensibility feature which makes sure that the analytical applications which is required by business, whatever the way they want to look, whatever the measure they want to look, whatever the dimensions they want to look, those analytical application can be created from interface. Which interface? From Fiori, without any code. Okay, so what they utilize, this KPI builder tool utilize two things: CDS views, first thing. Second thing, it would be utilizing your OData services, both or one of them. You would be able to create application by CDS view. You can create application by OData services, or with both of them. Whenever you are clicking a CDS view, OData services is always associated. But you can also use only OData service to create application. So the backend code would be taken from here. How the look and feel would be there in the front end, how the application should look, how the how the app will look, and what kind of things would be showing into the app, what kind of graphs would be displayed. So earlier, all of these things before this tool, all of these things was done through Web IDE. Web IDE, what is Web IDE? Web IDE is basically your technical tool to develop your apps. So this Web IDE has all of the options. It can do the apps development with annotations directly. It can use the data source as a data service and create annotations, or it can consume CDS views and it can consume the annotation of the CDS view. So that is a development tool where you need to write a code and write those annotations. It was done by this. So Fiori was always about development, always about through Web IDE. What with the KPI builder they have said, the CDS views we have already created, which is used at the multiple places. So it's just a front-end tool required, which basically would be creating this code at the back end automatically. That's where with S4HANA. So this only works with S4HANA. If you are having a ECC on HANA, which is suit on HANA, or if you're using Fiori on ECC, this KPI builder doesn't work. This has been delivered only for S4HANA. So S4HANA analytical applications, once the CDS views has been created, your Fiori analytics guy, your Fiori analytics expert would be using this KPI builder tool to generate applications. And again, there's no code involved. Because the no code is involved, standard syntax has been automatically created at the backend. Chances to have error in the syntax are very low. And to get the application developed and launched also would be very quick. Again, to do this, your user IDs, whoever the person who is doing, your Fiori consultant, technical consultant, if he is doing, his user ID need to be linked with the customization request. And his user ID need to be linked with the workbench. So these are the workbench related changes, because your code would change at the back end. So workbench request and the customization request need to be assigned to that user ID. Then only he would be able to work. So that is a KPI builder tool. Now we'll be going ahead in the KPI builder tool. I will show you the glimpse of it, that how it is available or what kind of different things are available within the KPI builder tool, or what steps we need to do. Generally, these are the steps we will be requiring it to build the KPI. The first step would be your create KPI. The second step would be generate evaluation. Third step would be assign. Now, third step would be your creating drill downs. Fourth step would be creating a tile, and fifth step would be creating a views. I will just show you a glimpse of it. It will make more sense actually when we jump into our functional topics, when we talk about the SD application, when we talk about the procurement application, you would be able to see that how the standard KPI applications are available and what kind of changes is required. And then you would be able to do that changes. You would be able to understand that what is view, what is how the tile should look like, or how the drill downs business would be requiring it, and then you would be able to change it. Now I'm jumping into our system to check these things. Before that, if you have any question, you can ask it now.
So this is available from 15.11.
15.11 I have not seen. It is available from 16.10. Okay, and majorly it is improved a lot in 1709, and in even though in 1909 also they have done few changes to make it better and easy. So these kind of application which we are discussing now, okay, we are expecting that these things, all of these extensibility features, okay, right now it is a new function and features. Down the line, 3 to 4 years, all of these extensibility features would be in the hand of the consultants. Functional consultants would be doing it, and down the line, more down the line, 3 to 4 years, the role hat would be changed to your core users. So this would be very robust tools which even core user would be able to use it. So it's a keep on improving tool. With 1909, it's in quite decent form to get it used. Any other question, guys? Okay, if you don't have any other question, let's proceed ahead. Now I will go into our system. So we need to go into Fiori. Let's just get connected. Within the Fiori, we are having a multiple tiles available, which can be used to generate KPIs. So this function features are also very important when you will be writing a functional specification. So you can use these things to write a functional specification of Fiori. By understanding these things, you would be able to know what are the things you need to put it in the functional specifications. As a functional consultant, when you're writing a functional specification, what things you need to put it. Okay, now I will go to the home page. And from the home page, there is a specific business group available. KPI design. Again, if you don't see this application, you already know what to do. Search this application in the Fiori library, identify the role, get the role added in your user ID so that you can explore this application. So you can see here, we can create a tile, we can create a KPI, we can create a drill downs, we can create a evaluation, and there's a KPI workspace which talks about all of the KPIs which has been already there. All of the KPIs which is already available, you can check it from here. So purchase order changes or sales related KPIs, sales volume, you can see it's already there. So it's doing a check open sales. So you can see what data source it is using. You can go ahead in the evaluation. Display currency, exchange rate type. So these things has been added. So this is a data source it has been using, C sales analytical query 1. Okay. And this is the O data service it is using it. So, and the measure value is sales volume, net amount, display currency. So you have, if you remember our query browser session, we actually having a same CDS view in the query browser, which we have used it. So you from the query browser understand that there is a CDS view where basically I am generating a 10 different kind of application. So the question there was, okay, that's a good tool which a business user can use it. Okay, but my business user is very lazy to go first identify the CDS view and then from huge amount of dimension and measure, identify which graph we need to generate and then save as analysis. My business users are not that smart. I want to deliver them a pre-delivered application which would be assigned to their catalog, and as soon they open, they quickly see the sales volume graph. That is what they want to do it. And some of the key users, if they want to explore more, specific user we want to give the query browser. So we already, as a functional consultant from the query browser, we already know that there is a CDS view available. It has a dimensions. It has a dimension. It has a measure. The only thing we need is we need to get it deployed as a separate application for a specific dimension and for a specific measure. Okay. So for that, what we need to do, you can create a KPI for sales volume. You can create a KPI, and by using that KPI, you would be able to, create a specific application for your user. So we'll try to create the same kind of application. Okay, so these are the different semantic objects which has been used here for the navigation. And you can also see what are the tiles are there. So these are the sales tiles. Your sales volume tiles is actually linking to this evaluation. And these are the different drill downs available. You can do the drill downs based on the sales organization, distribution channels, product hierarchy. So many drill downs have been given. So you want to limit your drill down only based on the sold to party or distribution channel. So we'll see that how we can do it. So I go one step back. And first we'll be creating a KPI. So from here, system will guide us step by step what need to be done. Our title here is the Sastrageek sales volume KPI. The description is Sastrageek sales volume KPI. We'll just give a tag sales. Let's remove the tag, is not required. I'll quickly put what are the mandatory fields is required here. That thing will be putting it here. And say I put owner name as my name, my ID. Now here we need to select the CDS view. So here you would be going ahead and selecting your CDS view. So we need to go to the sales, and here you need to see what kind of CDS view you want to select. So we want to select a CDS view related to sales volume. So this is the sales analytics query which has been available with sales volume and open sales. So how we need to know that what are the things available in CDS view? Again, guys, I have told you two things in our query browser session. I have told you, you can go into the query browser, you can find what are the measures are available, what are the dimensions are available. You can check it from there. And then I have also shown you the CDS view help. You can go into the CDS view help and you can identify it, what are the different measures are there and how they are calculated in a plain English. Okay, from these 2 points, again for the KPI builder also, when you are selecting your CDS views, take help from the query browser and take help from the SAP help of the CDS, where you can identify which CDS view need to be selected. So I have selected this CDS view. This CDS view would already be associated with OData services. So this OData services has been automatically given to me. What is the entity set here? This is the entity set which is available. Which value measure I want to show it? I will only select one value measure. That is net sales volume, net amount in display currency. So that is the measure value we have selected. And then I will be proceeding ahead. So what I will be doing, I will do activate and add evaluation. So this is just a definition where we are saying when we create a KPI that this is a sales volume KPI, and this is a data source we need to select it. Then I will go ahead and activate and add evaluation. So it is asking me that what customization request I need to use it. So I'm using the same customization request, or you can also create it as a local object. So this customization request, I have shown you how you can use it. You need to create a customization request or a workbench request to the transaction code SC01. Okay, so the CDS view has been selected, entity set has been selected, evaluation name you need to give it here. So I will copy this KPI name. And I will put underscore EV1, evaluation 1. So that evaluation name I have given. I need to give a semantic object here. I'm not giving it here, I will give it ahead. Scaling factors are auto. Additional measure I'm not giving. Now here, you know that CDS view, when we select it, it automatically populate. What is the exchange rate type we need to use, or what is the currency we need to use. So I'm giving a default currency as a USD. So it is saying the goal type. What is the goal type? This is a volume, sales volume, the higher is better. So we are going maximize, higher is better. And what is the value type? So let's say you can also put your values here. So target is 50,000, warning is 20,000, and the user would be able to change it. User would be able to put it that as specific to himself by referencing this tile and creating his own tile. He would be able to change these figures. Now I'll go activate and configure tile. Now it is asking me a workbench request. I need to put a workbench request here. And I need to also put a package here. I think the package is GPR. So that package also you need to create it. I think the transaction code IC16, you can create a package. Here you can select that what kind of tile you need to put it here. If you just want to use the first tile, which is just having a number, or if you want to put tile, which will be showing you the multiple measure on the tile. So we are going ahead with this number tile, numeric tile. Title, subtitle is already there. Action, it is putting analyze here. I need to select a semantic object. So the semantic object is used for the navigation purpose only. So I will just use my sales order. Okay, now here we need to add a catalog. Okay, but because this is not a user specific tile, this is a tile specifically you can create it, and you can by default assign it to a multiple user. So you need to assign a catalog. I hope you remember the principle of catalogs. And then here we'll be searching our catalogs. So our catalog was with the name Sastrageek we created, right? So this is the Sastrageek sales overview. I'm adding into the same catalog. And now I'm going ahead, save and configure, drill down. So no need to go into the multiple application. This will actually guide you from one step to another step to create application. This all things can also be done in the web IDE, okay, by creating annotations, by creating a program. Now here we are just using it from the front end with this tool. So the Sastrageek sales volume KPI. Okay, so this is a KPI. It doesn't have a view. I will configure a view for it. Then we can select a dimension, that what dimension you want to see it. So let's say I want to see it only the sales organization basis. So I have selected my dimension sales organization. My measure would be already selected. If I want to have a different measures, that can also be selected. My measure is net sales volume. That is the main measure has been already selected. Okay. So this is how the graph would be displayed. Okay. So this is showing that this kind of graph would be displayed. If you want to change it, you want to show them by default, you want to show them a line graph, or by default, you want to show them a waterfall kind of thing. Okay. That also you can show it. You can show the bubble chart, column and lines combined. It requires 2 measures. We only have 1. Or a donut chart. So whatever you want, you can select it from here. Let's say we go ahead with this donut chart, and we need to put a view title. So our view title would be the Sastrageek 1. Okay. So here, this is a view. So you can create a multiple views here. So this view, what is doing? It's based on the sales organization. It is showing a donut chart. Then you can change it here. You can create another view, which will be shown in your application, where you would be doing an analysis based on your company code, then based on your plant, then based on your 2 measures together. So whatever the analysis you want to do it, you can just go ahead and create a multiple views. So once you assign a multiple views or multiple drill downs, with those drill downs, your graph will change as per your mentioned analysis. You can also attach another tiles. You can create some mini tiles which can be attached here. So for now, I just say save configuration. Then you can go ahead and see the preview, that how the chart will look like for your parameters which you have added. So this is how our chart will look like. Okay. I have just added one. If you want to give as simple as to user, you can just give it. The Sastrageek one is there. You can also give a table view, table structure also give. If you have added more than one sales organization, let's say you want to give just a simple table structure report. So what you can do, you can put sales organization, company code, and multiple details and save it as a table. And this table structure report will come. And he want to use another report where basically now he want to see the combination between sales order and billing. Then you can create another view for it. He will just switch to the view and the table will change. So now we have done it. Okay, it's already configuration has already been done. We have already configured it. So the tile should be available. So we can go here and go to our home page and we can try to search for that tile which we have just created. So the tile, whether the tile would be available in your home, in our home page, the tile will not be available in our home page, guys. If you remember our concepts, we have assigned this tile to catalog, but not to the business group. So it would be available for the user. It would be available for all of the roles where the catalog has been assigned, but it would not be available on the home page. We need to go and we need to identify. We need to go and we need to search that application in our catalog. So I will go into the app finder. In the app finder, what we can go here, you can just directly come to your catalog. This was our catalog. Here is our tile, sales performance overview. Is this the one we have given the sales analysis? No, I don't think so. We have given the Sastrageek, right? Let me refresh it. Maybe it is still not available. So if you want to check the full detail of it, you can come back and you can go to the workspace. And from the workspace, KPI workspace, you would be able to check it. Let's see if it has not saved. Okay, it has not saved because here it is asking for semantic object. I think we added sales order. Or it come back to tile. Let me go into the home page and check till what point it has saved our catalogs. So this is a KPI workspace. We'll be going into the KPI workspace. So this is our Sastrageek sales volume KPI which has been created. Let me go to the data source. Okay, this is the data source which has been used. Let me check the evaluation is active. Thresholds has been given. Let me check tile. The Sastrageek sales volume. So this should be the tile which is available. Oh, now it is available here. Okay, I refreshed, it is available. The Sastrageek sales volume. So we want to see this tile in our home page. We can click it here and I can add to my home page. Now it will be also be available in my home page. I'm just running it to check it. Now this is showing me all of the sales organizations. Okay, and this is showing me this view. And it is showing me the by default things which need to be added here. Okay, so if you want to add more kind of things here, you can go to the adopt filter. There are 29 different fields are there, which you can select and filter your graph based on that. Okay, and you can also put it as a default parameters. How you can put it as a default parameters, guys? If you remember, we can also create from the CDS view, we can create our own CDS view. We have done this exercise. So when you are copying and creating your own CDS view through the query browser custom enhancements, you would be able to add more here. So if you want to just give for a particular company or sales organization, then also you can default it here. So we have just given a one analysis here. You can select a multiple, you can create a multiple analysis where user would be just switching to the analysis, and whatever the graph related to the sales volume he want to see it, he would be able to see it from here. User can go here. So now this is the user adoption. User can also adopt it. So you have given him sales organization and net sales volume. Now he said that I don't want sales organization. I want my category to be, let's say, material group. I want my analysis based on material group. Okay. Now it has changed to the material group. So that is the user adoptions. Again, you have given it a more simplified compared to the query browser. User can come up here and user can save his analysis like this. He don't want this donut chart. He would be more comfortable with the bar chart. He can change it. So you can do a lot of changes, delivered Fiori applications, give to a users, a tile can be created without a zero code, and a user would be able to again switch it back and put it at his and change it as per his own flavors. Okay, he can add his own flavors, and again he can save his as his own tile. So much functionality, so much features has been given, guys. It's so easy to use Fiori. Only thing the consultant should be knowing it, what kind of function and features are available. Once you go for Fiori, I bet you would never go back and see GUI. These kind of function features, the adaptability to the users, and the quick things which you can do it without writing a code was never available with the GUI or was never available with the ECC. These all features are available with S/4HANA. So I will be taking a quick pause here, and we will also be ending our session here. The only one thing, the last topic which need to be covered for the Fiori, which I want a little bit speak on, is as a functional consultant, when the requirement comes, how would you analyze that which tools need to be used, where those requirements need to be fulfilled, okay, and how you would be writing your functional specifications. When you will be writing a functional specification, what things you need to keep noted down. So I have given a huge amount of information to you. So we'll just top it up and we'll just, put in some icing that how a functional consultant need to know that which tools need to be used to develop it, whether a web ID need to be used to develop from scratch, or we can use a KPI modeler, or we can use some other stuff to get the stuff delivered. That topic will be speaking next for first half an hour. And then we'll starting our system configurations. We'll create the new company code, material masters, and sales configuration, purchase configuration, finance configuration. The basic configuration we'll do so that our system is ready so that we can run all the scenarios on it. Before we end our today's session, guys, any question or queries you have, you can ask it now. Okay, by the time you are asking your question queries, I also want you to give one information. We are starting one new batch on sourcing and procurement. So any one of you or any friends of you are interested in sourcing and procurement, we are having a demo tonight. Okay, And that would be a course where basically it is only focus on sourcing and procurement from scratch. Even if you don't know SAP, you want to start your career with the sourcing procurement, or anyone who know SD, PP and want to enhance their knowledge with sourcing and procurement, that we are running that demo today, and the batch would be starting from next Sunday. It would be at the evening times. So this we are running in the morning times, so that would be at the evening times. I would quickly be showing you that little bit detail of that, so that if you guys want to join that demo, although Arsh would be sending you the link of the demo to your WhatsApp, so you can use that and join it up. Or whenever you will come to our website, by default, you would be seeing this pop-up message. Okay, this is for sourcing and procurement. If you want to join this demo, click on this add me to free demo. Okay, and this will take you to the page where you would be able to add yourself to a demo. You would be able to register yourself for a demo. So you need to put it here, your details. Okay, and you would be able to add the demo which we are running tonight. This is for sourcing and procurement. It will be in next 10 hours, it would be there, and the batch will be starting from next. Any course details or anything else you want to know about, just click on the course details, and it would be taking you to the page where you can get all of the details about the course. What is the curriculum, what is the fee structure, what is covered, what is not covered. If you want to check what topics we are covering. So in this course, we will be covering only the delta part, that what has been changed in the sourcing procurement. So this is a scratch course where basically everything would be covered related to MM. All configurations, all MM scenarios, whether it has been changed or not in S4HANA with the Fiori application, everything will be covering it from scratch. So this is the course curriculum for it. Okay, so if you want to join, you can join this demo. If you want to also enhance your knowledge in sourcing and procurement, you can also join that batch. Or if you have some friends who's looking for starting their career in sourcing and procurement, you can refer them.